And we want to welcome everyone to another Cannon County Impromptu interview. This time we've got Miss Bonnie Patterson, Director of Cannon County Schools, to talk with us today about some of the things that are going on in schools. School year's started. We're, a month into it?
2 months.
Almost 2 months. Almost 2 months into it. How are things going now?
Oh, it's good. It's good start to the year. It's been really busy. It's going by fast. I mean, we're already we've had 2 months of school. We're getting ready in October, right before fall break, in about 3 weeks or 2 weeks now, that we'll be ending a 9-week period already. It seems like the older I get, the faster the days go.
But seemed like yesterday we were just doing We Care Cannon.
It was, and our kids are doing well. Our teachers are working hard. Our administrators are working hard, and it's just been a good start. And fall is approaching, and all those things fall, and so they're excited. I know some of the schools are having their harvest festivals, and I want to thank the public. I know I've bought a lot of mums and cookie dough and I don't know, 10 for 10s and a whole bunch of things. But without our community support, our schools would not be able to do the things that they do. And I want to thank everyone for that. We've been doing that tradition for years and years and years, and it's a fun time. I think Cannon North has theirs coming up, and Cannon South, I believe theirs is in the next week or so. And and I think the elementary school, they do another thing for their fundraiser, but those traditions are alive and well, and I like that in our little school district, keeping those traditions going. Our senior trip, they're out there. I think they've had their last turn in for that, and so I bought a lot of cookie dough on that to help our seniors go on their trip, but the school year's had a good start.
Well, of course, when you buy cookie dough, it's just in time for Christmas.
It is. And I have 7 grandkids, and they love those chocolate chip cookies, so it works out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, it's amazing how much a school raises during their harvest festival. I was talking to Karen King when she was principal at Cannon North, and it's been a few years ago, and she told me how much they made, and I was about ready. I said, wait, did we put the comma in the wrong place here?
It is.
What do they use the money for?
Well, it's in their school budget. Any supplies that teachers need that their school supply money doesn't cover. And I know, as educators, we all have paid out of our pockets for things that we need for our classrooms, and so that's what it's used for. And sometimes they buy extra copy paper and things that they might need, and it's just used on our students. And so it's I'm always surprised how our community comes forth and gives to our sports teams. I think about We Care Cannon and all the money that's raised every single year. It's just like when we had the tornadoes, you put the call out and this community will shine. And I think that is what makes us so special.
I think if we put all of the money that we raise through these various outlets together, we would just stand back and be astonished.
Oh, I think so too. And I don't think we give ourselves enough credit for always being there for each other. And that's what makes, again, this community so special.
A couple of things that have come up here in the last couple of weeks, the last couple of months, I guess. In August, of course, was election results and stuff, and then we'll talk about the wheel tax here in a minute. But one of the things that's been most pressing, not only in our school system, but throughout the rest of Middle Tennessee and throughout the state, is this stuff that's going on about these school threats. This has been an alarming thing, and we've had 2 viable, things that we've had to check out in the past couple of weeks. What's the security? What is the security?
Well, we work every day. We have a safety director, Mr. Bill West, who does a phenomenal job. He is on top of things. We have SROs now in every school. We have our administrators that go through training, our teachers. And you can never get enough training. In fact, this morning I've been on a safety webinar through the state, and it is something that you constantly keep abreast on, and you do worry every day. I know parents and students alike. I told someone the other day that I feel like that we're under trauma from all the reports that we hear, and I want to say we need help. We need parents to be vigilant in what their students are looking at on social media and what they're posting on social media. Back in the day when I was in school, maybe you were in school, Keith, we wrote notes and they would be found or whatever, but now students have instant information. I don't have my phones around, but this right here has been the problem, I think, for a long time. And I think we need to spend more time conversing with each other instead of texting and sending messages. That's mostly what we're dealing with. It's not Cannon County specific. It's across the nation. Kids, if they're seeking out attention or whatever, they'll sometimes send things or say things they shouldn't say. And we got to remember, these are children. Right. They're children, and they make poor decisions sometimes, just as adults do. And we have a good threat assessment process that Mr. West has had our administrators trained on, and we use that to determine whether it's credible or not. But I will tell you this. If someone makes a post, a hoax, whatever, they're going to be held accountable. We've got to put a stop to this. We are here to educate kids, and we are also here to help kids that are needing help. But we are not going to tolerate it, and we haven't, and we will continue to be vigilant, and we will continue to try to do our best to put a stop to this. But I do know that I'm in a group of directors in the Upper Cumberland. It seems like every day they're posting the numerous things that they're getting and having to deal with. It takes time and resources away from where they need to be. It takes hours sometimes to investigate where these are coming from. And most of them are coming from out of state, and kids are getting them and just reposting. So please, we want our kids to tell us if they see something or hear something, but there's a proper way to do it, and not reposting that or things of that sort. You need to go either tell your parent or go to law enforcement or go to a school administrator, and then we can determine whether it's real or not.
Here recently, last commission meeting, the results of the assessment that you had done was put together and presented to the commission. What were some of your takeaways on that?
Well, the takeaway is that we have aging buildings, that we are going to have to address some needs. And we know that. Some of our buildings were built in the early 60s, and then our newest building is now our new high school is older than the old high school was, and our newest building is now 25 years old or more. And we're beginning to see problems like air conditioning units and that type of thing. We also have more kids in that building now than ever before. So anytime you add capacity, you're going to start seeing some issues with wear and tear. So that was not surprising, some of the things that they found there. It did tell, they gave us some options. That doesn't mean those are the options that we need to go with in the future. This is a 5 to 10 year study, and it was just something that I felt like needed to be done so that they have at least a roadmap of some possible solutions. We have our academic plan on the website. We are putting our feasibility plan tomorrow on the website with public comment. I want to hear from the public about what they think when they read the plan. if they don't like the options, I think they gave 3 options
Right.
that they could go in the future. I do think that there's other things that could be done, but I'd like to hear what other people think. I think the board needs needs that information as they make informed decisions for the future. But right now, you brought up the wheel tax. Without a wheel tax, our hands are tied.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions was how does this wheel tax, now that it sunsets, how does it affect any of the plans that you all have for,
Right.
you know?
Well, the wheel tax, was used to help with building needs. And without it, it's just like when you have a house and you don't have a savings account, you can't repair because
Right.
you don't have the funds. And so without it, there's not enough funding source coming in to be able to do that. So it is a very, it weighs on my heart to know what is going to happen 3 to 4 to 5 years from now as they go along with this plan, or with a plan. I don't think we have a plan yet, but with a plan. And that is concerning. I know the sales tax, that was a blessing because it helped us hire teachers this year. I keep preaching, we had so many people on permits last year, and this year we cut that in half by increasing salary. And we're going to have to continue to increase. I just had a conversation with one of my supervisors, and the governor has a plan that we have to have our pay at a certain level by 2027, but not all of the pockets of money that's coming into us is enough to pay that.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand that. I think they think that we just get the money for everything, and we don't. We just get a set amount. So it is concerning, and I don't know what the future holds for that. But we have we have a study that's there, and we have information. So I think maybe that can help with informed decisions. I'm all about decisions need to have data behind them.
So right now, as it now stands, we've got Cannon North, Cannon South. We've still got the east side building, per
We do.
se.
Mm-hmm.
Everything stays in place until a plan is developed.
Until you have funding
Right.
to execute a plan.
Well, I know, when the east side was closed down, the rumor mill was that, and they were, TCAT was had shown some interest in purchasing that building, but now they don't.
No,
do that anymore.
TCAT is building a new facility in Coffee County and in
Right.
Warren County.
Yeah.
And so I don't think, even though they came and walked around, and they also did that last year with me, they weren't interested in an old building or even the property. They already had their plans in place. We are thinking about ways that we can get our kids to the Warren County campus. That's a conversation that Crystal Kennedy, our CTE supervisor, and I have been having. However, we have had Nissan to come and tour the building. I've been in webinars with Nissan about possible trying to find a grant to maybe open a center of excellence like they have in other counties where it would be a training center. But, when you talk about something like that, you're talking 10 years, down the road. So I don't know if what the needs will be in 10 years for our students here. And that building, that land may be needed for something. So I think those are the informed decisions that's going to have to be made. Do we go off, and that would be a wonderful thing. That's something that I've had a vision for this county because it would bring in revenue and jobs and training. But without that wheel tax, that tax coming in to go out and purchase land and build a building, whatever needs to be done, I really can't see us embarking on something like that. You kind of have to hold the cards you have.
Yep. What do you look forward to for the rest of the year up till Christmas, till we get to Christmas break?
Well, I mean, I look forward to our students and our teachers continuing to work hard and to learn as much as they can. You know, our scores came out, and our achievement, you know, we struggle with achievement, but our growth has been increasing, and so we're seeing some positives in some areas of the work that we did last year, and I think that's just going to get better. I'm looking forward to homecoming for the high school. That's coming up on the Friday before fall break. Our beta clubs are getting ready for state convention. Again, you know, the Harvest Festival, and I do want to say one thing before we close. We just received notification that Miss Emily Hancock Lane, our principal at Cannon County Elementary, has been is a participant out of there's 57 educators that were selected to be in the cohort of the Tennessee Rural Network of Principals. And so that's a huge honor for her, and I just want to congratulate her and all the hard work that she does at Cannon Elementary School. She's a jewel.
Great job, good deal. All right, well, thank you, Miss Bonnie, and we'll look forward to doing some more interviews with you down the road.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.